Hey Virgo. Oh, wow. Okay. So, in the work category, you have the victory card, the homecoming card, the accolades. This is a very, very good card. Sometimes I like to remind people that, make sure you count your wins. And this could even be an internal victory where, you've accomplished something that, to the outside world may be like an everyday occurrence, like, maybe you got a degree or you got a job or you completed something that was really difficult. But, just because other people may not see it as a big deal doesn't mean that you still shouldn't feel good about it. Give yourself accolades. Ugh. Um, you know, Count your wins, no matter how big or small. But some sort of accomplishment. You may get a raise, you may get your name in the company newsletter, you may get a big job. But just one caution, sometimes, people want a raise, they want more to be in a leadership position, but just remember with those can come more responsibilities, and there's never any more time in your day. Um, so a little bit of a caution of the grass being greener here in the work front, because this is a card about being overburdened and needing to, it's kind of a beautiful card in this deck, needing, be careful of how much of a burden you're taking on. So boundaries, just make sure if you do take a raise or a new position or get more responsibilities, that you have the conversation about expectations and, you know, there are no more hours in the day. Are you expected to work more hours? Are they going to take something else off your plate? How do they expect you to accomplish taking on this responsibility? Um, what's the expectation? Over here we have the home category and we have the Knight of Swords. So a change in thinking, change in communication, expressing that you want something to change. And we have the Ace of Wands. So this is a wonderful card. It's the spark, it's the motivation, the passion, the excitement, the energy to start something new. So it's like you have at home, you have the thought and the desire to change something at home. And when I'm looking at you have the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups, which is a very interesting duo. And then down here in the love category, you have the Five of Shields, which in this is called the wasteland. So it doesn't paint a pretty picture. It's feeling left out in the cold, spiritually. You've lost your faith. That's a good way to put it in the situation, in your love life, in your relationship if you're in one, or just that you will ever get a relationship if you're single. And I think some of that is this a little bit our minds, the Three of Swords creeping in. So she's going to come along though and cut some of that away. She's going to she's sort of going to be like, okay, you know what? This isn't productive. Let's stop this. And let's really look at things. Let's make a list. Let's cut away all these other emotions, this negative thinking, these negative thought patterns, this worry that it's just a lot of extra stress and nonsense that we all do, and we all need to go through some of these periods. But okay, come on, let's really look at things clearly. Let's cut away. Let's look at the truth, the bottom line here. Can this relationship work or not? Am I getting my needs met? Are they getting their needs met? And if they are, great. you have a good talk about it, and you're able to sort of ignite some passion and move forward together with this new, you fan some life into your home and your relationship. If not, then letting it go. You have the Eight of Cups over here. You may need to walk away. You may need to let something go this month. And it's okay, because then you're able to allow this energy to come in. So this Eight of Cups is over here in the spiritual category, and we have the Three of Shields, hard work, teamwork, hard work, lots of hard work. But I think you're doing the hard work. You're having the hard conversations. You're being very disciplined. You're dealing with some of these maybe jealousy and insecurities, and because of it, you're sort of putting things in order and figuring out what you want and what's your priority and what you can let go of, and what you want to bring into your life. The Ace of Wands and the Two of Cups is really a lot of new passion. But it's a thoughtful choice. It's a thoughtful choice to want to get out of this wasteland, wherever it is in your life. And I think it is in some of your partnerships. And if you're with someone, and you're not feeling like you're connecting, to have that conversation and say, I don't want to be separate in a relationship and sad. I want to change things, and I want to be excited, and I want to have a mutually supportive relationship, and trying to make that happen. I think for those of you whose relationship needs some work, you're going to be able to make that happen. And for single people, you're not in a barren wasteland just because you're single. But maybe just double check that if you're not holding on to some residual negativity from other relationships, and do that work. This is hard work, practical work. Do the hard work to deal with things, why you may be feeling spiritually alone or lacking, and get rid of things that are no longer serving you. Cleaning house, cleaning bad habits, bad thoughts, negative thoughts that we have inside ourselves. And when we can do that, we can allow this beautiful energy to come in and really feel like we deserve it, which was one of the biggest parts of welcoming and drawing the Two of Cups into your life, is knowing that you deserve to have this type of connection with someone else. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a really, really nice month, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.